Jacob Revolving Daily. Today's supposed to be some kind of a gear review because it's Thursday. I'm trying to rush this through so I can get somewhere with phone service and upload this thing. This gear, ammo, cheap, clean, reliable, accurate ammo. I've done a test. I've done a few tests in the past. One of the brands I didn't give much thought to, and recently found an old box of it, and a bunch of people were talking about how good it was. Shot 5 rounds, maybe 10. It was like, well, I shoot it on my other guns. I just never really thought about putting it back in a bolt gun. For the test, Savage 10. It's not a FPSR 1972 Delta police model. It's a Savage 10. I paid like $360 for it the better part of a decade ago. It's had, I've spray painted it a few times. Other than that, it's got a Vortex, maybe HST. I don't. It was fairly expensive, like $600, $700, $800. 6 to 24. Shot it off a bag and a half. Not super slow fire. Losing sunlight. Need to do this just so I can go do the thing. 223. Shot Winchester white box, big value pack, Walmart. Shot Fiocchi, like 5 or 6 different kinds. PMC bronze, Freedom munitions, and I think that was it. I think it was 10 strings of fire in total with 9 different types of ammo. If you don't want to watch the rest of this where I go over the groupings and things, dude, you owe it to yourself to check out Fiocchi. And this is all affordable ammo. One is slightly more expensive, but still very affordable. God, it's hot and I'm fat. Oh, and if you don't watch any of the rest of the video, Warrior Post Society, John Lovell, go check him out. God, I feel like the Functional Gentleman today because it's just... Check out Functional Gentleman. Great dude. Great after-action reports. Very intelligent. Now let's do this thing quickly. It's hot. Yeah. Alright guys, so there ain't no good way for me to do this with a tape measure because I do not have a ruler. Nah. I'll try to like, on my Instagram there will be pictures of this, so go look on my Instagram, but we'll still get close. 10-4, here we go. Freedom munitions. Shot number 1, bottom of the middle triangle. So this here. Freedom munitions, 55 grain. Used to be my go-to. Going from the 12 to 14.5, 2.5 inch group. I'm probably moving. 2.5 inch group. Clear? Clear. Number 2, Fiocchi, 50 grain, ballistic tip. Something crazy looking like an AMAX type thing. That's going to be top right hand triangle, bottom half. Okay, here. That's a 55 grain ballistic tip. And guys, this is not super slow aim fire. We're looking at 14.5. We're measuring center to center. If you don't know why you measure center to center, then go research that. 14.5 to 15.5. That is a 1 inch group. This is all at 100 yards. And there will be a longer, more in-depth view with slower shooting later on. Number 3, Fiocchi, 69 grain, 1 pull right. It's going to be bottom right hand triangle, bottom corner. Here. So I called it. I wrote it on the sheet of paper. Oh, don't you do it. Don't you do it. It's going to do it. Let me quickly grab some tape. So, I called the pull whenever I made a shot. I knew that I pulled to the right, didn't know how much. Sighted back in, and sure enough, I pulled it. It was on my 4th shot, which will come into play later. But this is a 69 grain Sierra Match King, loaded by Fiocchi. So the advantage of the 69 grainer is you're going to have better trajectory and wind resistance at distance. I don't fucking know. I mean, it's going to do better longer. That's down here. See if we can get a 14.5 to 15.5. With my one that I pulled, it's a 1 inch group. Without it, it is around a 1/2 inch group. Maybe just, we'll call it a 1/2 inch group. Again, I'll try to post pictures on Instagram. Number 4, Fiocchi 55 grain ballistic tip. That's going to be top left hand. Here-ish. Looking like an inch group. So from the 7 to the short of the 8, we could call that 7/8 of an inch, if you want to get down to it. Number 5, 55 grain Fiocchi full metal jacket. Just your standard plank round. Here-ish. Ah, damn it. And guys, all this Fiocchi except for one is $14 for a box of 50 up to $18 for a box of 50. Most of them being in the $14 to $15 range. Nah, come on, this ain't cooperating. So, what most would consider plinking ammo. We're looking at 8" to 9 1/4 inch group, 100 yards for plinky, $14 for a box of 50, being $28 for a box of 100. That's pretty damn good. Number 6, Winchester white box super value pack at Walmart. That has 2 H's. Bottom left. Better than I thought it would do. I've got to admit that. But still, for about the same money, God, that may be real loud. We're going from the 7 to the 8 5/8, we'll say. 1 5/8, 100 yards. Looking at 3 inches, shade over 3 inches at 200. I mean, if you've got to go to Walmart to get your stuff, that'll work. Still liking the Fiocchi a lot better. Number 7. I feel like a game show. Number 7. PMC bronze. Available everywhere. We're looking at the 9 to just a shade under 11. Who cares? We'll call it a 2-inch group. 2 inch at 100. At 500, you're looking at a 10-inch group. Number 8, Fiocchi 62 grain. That's some kind of military load. 855. I don't know all the numbers. And we're left-hand corner of the middle triangle, so here-ish. We're looking at 5 to the 7 1/4, 2 1/4 inch group. I haven't found a 62 grain load that my rifle likes yet. But I mean, it is what it is. 2 1/4. Guys, no, I mean, I don't get sponsored by Fiocchi. I tried not using their stuff for a long time, almost for a dumb reason. Like a lot of other people were encouraging it, so I thought, nah, they're probably just getting free ammo, so I didn't even try it. And then later on, I ran it bolt gun or in ARs and pistols in class. It stayed what seemed like to me cleaner. My guns were cleaner after class. Very good reliability. Just hadn't tried it in a bolt gun until recently. Number 9. Top right, top. Here's. This is the 50 grain Varmint Grenade. I don't know what company makes the Varmint Grenade. We're looking at from the 11 to the... You guys can't... I should be measuring the bottom side. From the 11 to the 11 3/4 inch group at 100 yards. And guys, I am not a stellar shot. And what I would consider the rate of this fire was, if it was some bad dude, they were not peeking out from behind cover. I was rushing along, probably a shot every second, maybe 2 seconds at the max. So we'll say a shot every 1.5 seconds. So, boom, boom. Like I could have done better. We'll do better in future videos. Number 10, went back to the Fiocchi 69 grain Sierra Match King. It is the one Fiocchi load that was more expensive-er. And this is where I said the 4th shot will come back into play. Alright. Shot it again here. Shot 1, 2, 3. And remembered back to this one like, last time I pulled the 4th shot to the right. Let's not do this time. Ready? We got the beat down. Big exhale. Pause at the bottom. Pow. Mother. Pulled the 4th one again. And then ran number 5 right back in. This is where the target like flapped around. You can see it's just a flap of paper. I've never seen a 223 make a hole that big. Oh, there it was. Alright. 69 grain Sierra Match King Fiocchi. something like that. So if we go center to center, we're looking at 10 to the 11. That's an inch group. But man, if we don't kill that one, that's like a 3/8 inch group right there, going center to center. I hope that one's at least coming through. Let's see if we can at least focus these two. So we're going from the 10 to, oh man, that'd be 3/8 if I didn't pull that one. And then from the 10 to, boy, it looks an awful lot like a half if I didn't. That little guy, don't worry about that little guy. Alright, screw adjusting the camera another time and all this. I'm just going to get it back here roughly where big stupid face will probably be in it. Alright guys. Hey everybody, functional gentleman, whoever you all doing well. I like him. Solid dude. Great videos. I'm not making fun. I just too many Red Bulls. Fiocchi in all flavors except for one did, which that's 2 1/4. Dude, for 28 cents a round, I wouldn't be mad at that if it was any other brand. But for everything else I shot out of theirs, inch-ish, inch or less, inch or really, really close to 3/8 if I didn't pull one, 1/2 inch if I didn't pull one. A little over an inch, very well could have been me. And guys, I didn't take my time. I pow. Didn't take my time. Was on kind of a 1.5 bags. Didn't let the barrel cool down. I'm fat and I'm hot, and I like to make a lot of excuses for my shooting. My eye was twitchy. There's a cicada in the background. So, I wish I would have given Fiocchi a better shot a long time ago. I'm very, very, very surprised. In my ARs, I know there's no way to really, without me having like 3 identical or 4 identical guns, some amount of identical guns and running X ammo in one and Fiocchi in the other and showing you each bolt 360 degrees afterwards. There's no way for me to show you that it runs cleaner, but I really do think Fiocchi runs cleaner in my AR, in my pistol, and I've had I don't know how many big brands there are, but I would say 3 out of 5 big brand names, like you go to Walmart and buy a great big old box of shit. I've had 3 out of those 5 really, really fail on me more than a couple times in classes or in shooting in the backyard type thing. Like hard, and multiples out of a box. One where I literally ripped the case off the bullet on 3 different rounds in 2 days worth of class. Not from Fiocchi. I shouldn't even went down that road. There'll be a longer, more in-depth video. Most likely featuring Fiocchi 69 grain, 75 cents a round stuff, and Fiocchi, I don't know, like probably the Varmint Grenade because it's a hollow point, super kill 'em type thing, and like the Fiocchi 55 grain standard plinky stuff, 28 cents a round, but with 1 inch accuracy. And I'm going to run it through my Savage, my Midwest AR, my no-name brand AR, and anything else I can find that will eat 223. If this is the only video you've ever seen from me, it's usually not this high speed, and I don't know what's going on. There's other dumb videos, a lot of medical stuff, some shooting, a lot of just drunken ramblings. But you need to be prepared to thrive while others survive. I think it's Fiocchi. Thanks.